TMI, every opinion counts.
Beautiful Monday morning, and we're much obliged as always to have you join us on your ultimate news and current affairs program on television. This morning on ITV, we call it TMI. My name is Sonny Duke Okosun. As always, I'm not alone. I've got my gang members here. Anyway, my crew members.
That sounded.
When you said gang, we were wondering.
No, it's a gang now. It's a gathering.
It's a gathering.
It's a gathering.
My gang members.
But you know that word gang. You know that word
okay.
gang always, depicts
connotes
something negative.
Yeah.
This is the Nigerian in her speaking now. Every Nigerian have this.
I just said
negative side.
connotes.
Okay, your crew.
Anyway, guys, welcome to the show. Lovely Monday morning and beautiful weekend, I suppose, and quite interesting what took place over the weekend. Interestingly, across the nation, the PDP had their primaries, and results have started coming forth. And as expected, we're being told parallel primaries took place, and apparently, as is always the case, the courts will always be the centerpiece of the next battle line. But let's see how all of that pans out. But I think for me, one major thing that shocked, that really broke my heart over the weekend was the video of the severed head of a member of the Anambra State House of Assembly on Kuchuku. We recall that it was allegedly kidnapped, but unfortunately it was found over the weekend and his head severed from this part of his body. The governor of Anambra State, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, has already placed a bounty of 10 million naira on whoever can give valid information that will lead to the identification possible arrest of those who carried out that dastardly act. The agitation in the south is taking a different dimension now.
Yeah.
Worrisome dimension.
Very worrisome indeed.
Ugly dimension.
Yeah, very worrisome. And then you want to ask yourself as to where the nation is really heading to. Apart from the southeastern part of the country where agitation is really rife and going on a negative tune. Another sad event that also happened over the weekend that is also worth talking about. I mean, the gruesome killing of Deborah Samuel is still fresh in our mind.
Yeah.
And then, according to the so-called Islamic fanatics, all right, so to say, that some youth, all right, some Muslim youth came out over the weekend, precisely on Friday, and then they went rampage, burning houses, destroying properties and all of that.
That was about
And also the market saga that people there's something I really want to wonder about. How come there's always two sides to the stories? We have the ones that come from the relevant authorities that talks about, and it's always lighter. For example, the one that happened in Abuja, people are talking about it to be an explosion. While
that's in Sokoto. In Kano. Yeah.
In Kano.
That it was a bomb.
Yeah.
It was a gas explosion
cylinder,
from the welder shop. Yeah.
But people will take it to be the other way around.
People said, eyewitnesses said it was a gas explosion.
No, they said it was a bomb explosion.
It was a bomb explosion. Eyewitnesses said it was a bomb explosion.
But the police are saying
says gas explosion.
Barely some days later, they intercepted a vehicle conveying bombs and explosives.
Yeah.
So are you not trying to say we don't have this element of Boko Haram in the States?
Okay, now on to the day issue, the market issue. They're talking about clash, saying it's a clash, while the traders there are saying it's an outright attack on them. A lot of things are happening, and I just wonder, before you think of another, before we talk about this, another is happening. It's just coming.
The country is at its lowest ebb and is at the precipice, and we just hope that the authorities in charge will nip in the bud and deal with all of these issues. I think fundamentally, where there is no justice, peace will be very far from such an environment. We must continually work and ensure that justice prevails. Until that is done, people are bound to be dissatisfied with the system. This distrust will always be there, and then people can also resort to self-help just to be able to balance power and ensure that things go in their favor. So the onus is on the government of the day to live up to expectation. Unfortunately, the politicians are more concerned about their positioning in 2023.
Ahead of the 2023
so that seems to be a major distraction from the core issues that borders on our unity as a people, that borders on how we can forge this country together and move forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Personally, they are not really, if you ask me, this is my summation, they are not really after the unity of the country. They are just looking for means to enrich themselves. And that's very bad.
And even most of these people who are going for any of these political positions in the 2023 election, when you see them, you know, sympathizing and visiting most of these places where these things happen, you'll begin to wonder, are they really bothered about these people, or they're just trying to buy? You know, it still boils down to distrust. Just for example, Dennis is going for a position.
Honorable Dennis.
Honorable Dennis going for the presidential seat come 2023.
Just imagine.
And
just say, for example, his content has just changed.
Yes,
feeling like.
And he's beginning to, you know, readjust his Buga shoulder. You know, that Buga shoulder. You know. So back to what I was saying. You know, when you visit such a place, Nigerians, the way things are now, any of those aspirants who visit any of those places, two things come to mind. You may go there and sympathize with them, like, okay, oh, sorry, you know, this happened and this happened. But there is this deep, I don't know if it's just me, there's this mind down there that will say, is it because this person is going for this seat next year?
That's why he's coming to show.
Because after all, worse things have happened before. And these people did not, and even there were even some who could have even spoken and had to, you know, draw back, withdraw. We've seen cases where people who are going for these positions actually withdrew their statement because
they took those statements down on social media handle because they know the implication, the long run.
Let's be mentioning names now.
It's already there. It's already there in the public space.
It's there in the public space, you know.
The tweets.
So now one will begin to wonder, is this person really, really compassionate about these persons who have lost one or two persons? Or are you just trying to buy sympathy, like, oh, I'm a good person, when I become a president, I'm going to be so nice?
We know the antecedents. And
we know the antecedents, but unfortunately, for me, where the problem really lies is the fact that the political parties need to do more and ensure that those they are bringing forth to vie for the positions that are available are those who really have the capacity to deliver, because that's where the problem is. When the party throws up someone who is irresponsible, someone who lacks the capacity mentally, physically, educationally, socially, morally, I mean, the person is morally bankrupt. It's a case of you being torn between the devil and the blue sea, the devil and the Red Sea. That's a critical aspect of why the country is where it is today. I mean, look at those who have had the opportunity to be in government. Look at where they've led us. Look at where we are. And the damage that has been done is going to take donkey years for us to extricate ourselves from the damage.
More damage.
And the same set of people keep coming back. They say they want to change the narrative.
It's kind of, they recycle themselves every 4 years. Whether you like it or not. They just have a way of coming back again and again, and until we, the electorate, change this narrative, I think this will continue.
That's why you talked about the role of political parties.
Youths are also agitating for some aspirants at the moment. Some youths are marching, and you know. Now my question is, even these persons were actually nice at the beginning, my fear, you know, the general Nigerian, you know, politician may change. You know, even if we have hope on a particular person, you have hope on this person might actually do well, we believe this person is outspoken, is the youth, is the... what's the probability that this person is not going to?
It's a very dicey situation, and I'll tell you why. The people have been pauperized. The people have become so hungry. The people have become impoverished to the point that they have, in a sense, lost their identity. That's the reason why, no matter how you preach, no matter what you preach, no matter the content of the message that you preach, on election day, people will still collect money. Because there's this sense of feeling that, let me take this one. Let me take this one. At least this one can get a pot of soup. This one can get a cup of rice, a cup of gari. This is the mindset. And this is the reason why. Now, if you look at it, the poverty level in the north compared to the south, I mean, you've been there, you stayed up.
Sure.
It's crazy. I served there. I served in Yobe. And it's such a pathetic situation, the poverty level. But if you look at the balance of power between the north and south, we've had more guys from the north who have held sway. In fact, it's on record that the impact that former President Goodluck Jonathan made in educating their margarines is unprecedented. But nobody seems to appreciate that. Nobody seems to talk about that, because there is this feeling that when these guys are educated, it will be difficult to work on their minds and deploy them for any dastardly act. So they will rather leave them in that parlor state that they are, so they become ready tools for whatever action or activity that they want to carry out. I mean, look at the case of what happened in Sokoto. In fact, there was another case in Borno. There's another case in Bauchi. All of those guys who are, indulged in all of these things or indulging in all of these things, what is their level of education?
I mean, the one in Sokoto happened in a citadel of learning.
Okay. So then again, you discover that it now moves from being lack of education to being an ideology. You see it now. It moves from being lack of education to becoming an ideology. For those who are not educated, it is education that is a problem. For those who are educated, it is their ideology that has been entrenched in their system over the years. So this is where the problem. I mean, Deborah Yakubu was killed, was murdered in cold blood, and then the same guys went on the street protesting, right? But in that same Sokoto, Kano, Zamfara, name them, bandits have been on a killing spree, kidnapping, did you see any protest? It was only in Benue State that women came out and did all of those, because those who were carrying out these acts actually are people who came from, other side and stuff like that. Like she said, when you're settling for this, within the next 24 hours, something else happens. I mean,
and if you go on social media where issues trend, you realize, I was telling someone that stories no longer trend more than 24 hours.
Yes.
No story trends more than 24 hours anymore. It doesn't matter how strong, how striking that story is. It cannot trend more than 24 hours. Go and check.
Something else takes over. And it's usually on the negative. Unfortunately.
Yes. Don't you think this country should be given a channel on Netflix? This
okay, I saw that.
I see business in your eyes.
I saw that post yesterday.
We're full of drama.
I saw that post yesterday. Were you the one who sent that to our WhatsApp group? Somebody posted it. Where in the southeast there was a banner, and some guys there are saying, look, a particular presidential aspirant. Yes, it is the one we need. That, I mean, it's just crazy. Anyway, guys, welcome to the show. TMI Monday.
TMI, every opinion counts.
Yes, of course, that's what it is. Get involved to make a difference in the society, especially as we move towards 2023 election. All the processes have started, particularly with the primaries that will help to bring forward the candidates that will be at the front, the flag bearers of the political parties. So get involved, don't sit on the fence, don't watch from the sidelines, get involved, participate, and make a difference. And one guy who seems to be doing this is doing it in a different way through adverts. Incidentally, the guy did a public door advert and used the name of EFCC to drive that advert, and the man we heard has been arrested. Dennis, you're privy to this, right?
Yes, I mean, when I saw that over the weekend, I was like, what was this guy trying to do? Because eventually when he was arrested, the man came out to say he was actually contracted by a politician, you know, who happens to be the aide to the former deputy governor of Enugu State. And, well, I guess he was paid handsomely, and that was why he had to do that.
So this politician in question now, what happens to him? Is he arrested alongside?
But let's look at the content of the advert. Was it that offensive?
It says warning 2023 Enugu PDP learn from 2007 election.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was referring to something. No, I'm even coming to tell. EFCC is coming with Koboko on corrupt candidates.
Yeah.
The guy get my shot.
Yeah.
He's doing his job.
He's doing his job. Doing his job. But it's a wrong use. EFCC is an organ of government, right? And it's supposed to be seen to be neutral. So now, taking the name of EFCC, you are trying to drag them into partisan politics. So everything is wrong about the outdoor adverts.
As wrong as it sounds. Probably he's trying to raise, you know, a flag that, you know, some weeks ago, a very big amount of money was placed on these, you know, and people wonder if people who could afford these, you know, tickets. I'm just, you know, trying to bring back some kind of, for you to make sense of what this person may be trying to say.
Whatever he's trying to say, the fact that they're using EFCC's name, you can't use EFCC's name, you can't use it. EFCC, I mean, look at the picture, take a look at the picture again. You find the logo of the party is one side.
Their uniform.
If our EFCC's logo is more pronounced. So EFCC looking at, EFCC looks like, I mean, it's trying to portray EFCC as a political party, in my opinion.
But someone sponsored this guy.
Yeah.
He was paid by someone. Now he's arrested. What happened to this man who gave him the money?
Well, the guy can deny that. Look,
can tell you,
I gave him money to do. I didn't ask him to do this.
Yeah, I can tell you, he over. You know,
he went beyond his boundaries in putting this together.
But anyway, this is fine anyway.
It's fine, but he has put the man in trouble. Okay, let's talk a bit of football. Weekend matches in the Premiership. I mean, it came to a close yesterday.
Another nail-biting season.
It was. I mean, I watched the match between Aston Villa and Man City. It was like a World Cup final. It was like a UEFA Champions League final. I mean, from the blast of the whistle. And then until the goals started coming in, Aston Villa started first. But Man City always has a way to just eclipse whatever challenge that you bring forth, and that's how they play out.
Their season, I mean, you can't take it away from them. I guess what happened to them in the Champions League against Madrid was also what they did against Aston Villa, because it got to the tail end of the game.
Yeah, before this goal started coming in.
Before they lost to Madrid, and this time around, it got to almost the tail end before they started scoring against Aston Villa in the EPL for them to be able to end up with 93
I don't. There are two people that I spoke with wanted Man City to lose that game. I don't know, for whatever it is.
It's just
it's bad belly.
You know, the thing is, it's like this football issue that's just between the two of you.
It's not between the two of us. So it's not.
When it comes to football,
please, sports, fine.
I
don't know why they say sports, you know, is what brings men together.
Yeah.
You know, women, we have what brings us together.
What brings you together? It's gossip. It's gossip.
I'll shock you.
See,
this week
we have what brings us together. If you want to know that, see me.
You know, and join.
I'll school you for free.
Okay, so a great game yesterday, Man City versus Aston Villa. Winning the Premiership for me was a great thing for Pep Guardiola. I mean,
a huge one.
Yeah,
I mean, fourth title in 5 seasons.
From different leagues.
Yes, and in
EPL,
And the era where that actually happened was during the Alex Ferguson era with Manchester United. I mean, it was actually basically the person that was able to do that sort of thing, you know. And where we should give kudos to Liverpool. I mean, they had to make sure that they took the battle to the final.
And
they were almost going to get
it. Pep Guardiola said he's never seen a club, a team, a manager like Liverpool.
They were just awesome.
Very awesome. And they too also left it very, very late in that game yesterday.
I guess right now all attention will now be focused on Saturday's Champions League.
Absolutely.
The Los Blancos.
Yes. That's one moment, I need to advise wives, fiancés, girlfriends, and what have you. Moments like that, just stay clear. Stay clear. Don't try to distract. Don't try to wear sexy clothes and all of those stuff and get us distracted, because we want to watch the game. At that moment, everything, all the attention is football.
Absolutely. Noted. Thank you very much for that lecture. We'll take it to heart. Thank you.
Okay, let's move on quickly. Let's move on quickly. A
lot is still happening.
Beyond because I know that more attention was just focused on the major leagues in Europe.
The
Italian Serie A as well. AC Milan, they won the.
It was a convincing victory yesterday
against Sassuolo. It ended 3-0. But then what we're talking about is the fact that their current coach, talking about Paoli. Well, the guy, the Inter Milan fans. They actually hated. I'm talking about AC Milan rather. They actually hated the guy, being the fact that. He was once coach of their rival side, talking about Inter Milan. Coached them before, and so coming to join AC Milan, they didn't really welcome him. But he was able to do what the whole dogs in the clubs could not do. Inzaghi, when they came on, they could not win the Scudetto for them.
I think we should help people out of this sport issue.
Thank you. It's enough already.
Just shows that. These are the incomplete. These are the incomplete broadcasters, and we're trying to make them complete.
As far as I'm concerned, Eyimba Baba is the best popular.
Please, grab me a snack.
No doubt about that.
They'll start playing Champions League.
No doubt about that.
Champions League. Then you see them in Champions League.
We're the best export.
Of course, they won the CAF Champions League back to back.
I'm a die-hard fan of anything.
No, there's no doubt about that. But after that era, we've not seen Nigerian clubs, the CAF champions. I think it was also played this weekend. Al Ahly is there, Waya Casablanca is there. No Nigerian team there. So the Nigerian team they've been in the doldrums in recent time when it comes to African football.
That's because they are financially motivated. If you ask me, the level of finance that is being infused into home-based football, I think it's not really commensurate with what they get.
Okay, let's.
Of course, some do. Just trying to say attention. All attention is Then at home in Benin City.
Of course, in Benin City, women's football. Women's football was
women's football.
The
Nigerian Women's Football League.
Is it Super 6 or Super 8? Okay.
Super 6 ended over the weekend. Okay. Kudos to the new champions.
Let's talk about what they would like. Nigerian Idol ended on Sunday yesterday. Fantastic showcase of the best of talents Nigeria has to offer at this time. Two finalists, Zadok and Promise, or is it Progress? Progress. They were on stage yesterday. Did a very, very fantastic performance with the legendary Dibanj. Dibanj was here a couple of years back. Such a guy with utmost humility. So much energy, but what struck me about him is his humility. He came here as a brand ambassador to one of the mobile phone companies. By the time he got there, it was as though he has known everybody here. It was so easy interact. That was when he did that teaser for us that we play every night. I think Sydney, anchored that. But congratulations to Progress, right?
Yeah, very young.
Very young. But the song they did with the band yesterday was a song that had a lot of meaning. I recall Ike asking the band what was going through his mind when he did that song, and he said that was when he lost his son, and it was as though everything about his life crumbled. But they relied on God. They had faith in God. They prayed, and even advised people to pray. When you have challenges that you're going through, look unto God, who is the author and the finisher of our faith.
The demise of his son actually brought him closer to God.
Brought him close, very, very close. Brought him, if you say closer is an understatement, got him very intimate with God. Let me use that word to described how close he is now with God.
And he said testimony on several platforms.
Yeah, and he said when that phase of his life changed, he entered a new phase with God, and from losing just one child, he got two, a boy and a girl. All right, and then before he went ahead to do that song with the two finalists, and Zadok, I understand Zadok is from Benin or so. But I've seen a lot of people routing for him to win and all of that. But I'm sure you're going to see more of that grand finale from some of our entertainment shows anchored by Sidney Shoka and several others. And just to let you know that from 1st of June, we're going to have a rebranded lunchtime show, which would now be break time show. We'll be having a lot of content of this nature, just to keep you glued to our TV set and make you sit and watch and have fun, have a great time. Every weekday, Mondays to Fridays, 12:30 to 1:30 on the break time show. Rebranded, relaunched, lunchtime on ITV. So we're looking for, but I heard somebody saying that for most times, winners of these major competitions don't really shine. Most times.
Well, I mean, if the supports that they were promised, we're going to do this for you, we are going to keep pushing you for that. I mean, after expending all of the things that they won in the show, that it ends there. So probably no mentors to really take them through, all right, and walk them through the lane. And for
most times, individual differences. You look at White Money, for instance. This guy is a hustler.
Yeah,
he keeps pushing. I remember there's a guy who emerged winner in one of the BB Nigeria final. He's talking about Miracle now. The one that is a pilot. Nobody's hearing about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
After the win,
it just disappeared,
But to an extent, you see the way White Money is still.
White Money is complaining everywhere he goes to. They want him to cook.
And also
because
some of them do not.
Yes,
that's what it showed throughout the show. And some of them do not keep up with social media. If you really want to, remain relevant in the public space, you still have to.
But you have to have, social media is not just being there. It's not just showing your face. You have to have content to bring. You have to have activity. You have to have things you're doing to bring on the table. Yeah.
Like the other one, they don't also come in contact with the right person to manage them.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Also pull them.
This other guy now with mopping stick on his head, talking about, is it leaking now? The other guy that won before White Money came on board.
Yeah.
He's still sustaining.
He's still doing some songs.
He has something to offer. He's a musician.
Still doing a lot of music.
Okay, that's just to keep you up with some of the trending stories. You're probably going to see more of them in our news package. Joe Biden, President of the United States of America, is in Japan and trying to ensure that bilateral relationships are established more and sustained, just to help to keep the global peace. That's our package today on TMI Monday. I want to say big thanks to you at home and to all our crew members. And guys?
Well, reports came through that also they were paid some areas. Well, whether that is true or not, even though some of their members are
no, they were paid, but that's not what they asked for.
The statement still says they're not coming back.
All right, guys. All right, thank you. That's our show for today. Be sure to join us tomorrow. Bring you a fresh edition of TMI. Have a beautiful week ahead. Bye for now.
TMI, every opinion counts.